performance. You gotta turn up, bro. You just turn up. I'm about to get a job. This is a good crowd right here. Do this shit, bro. I'm ready.
So what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. You know, we talk about Russell Wilson and how he's done everything in his power to replace Future in Ciara's life and also in Lil Future's life, Future's son. He's done a lot of big talking. He said, we don't need his money. You know, pretty much we don't need him around. We don't like his energy. I don't like him around. I'll buy everything that needs to be bought. He's not needed anymore. He's done a whole lot of that when he's been behind this offensive line and up in this Seattle neighborhood where he's kind of untouchable. You know, he's the guy in Seattle. But what happens when he shows up at a public event like Drake's Super Bowl party with his bra and Future shows up? See, let me tell you something. You can do a whole lot of woofing and a whole lot of talking when there ain't no chance of confrontation. And you can let a woman get in your ear and tell you all types of things and tell you all type of bad things about a brother and how you should be against him and create an enemy in a man that you don't even know, just based on her word. But at some point, you're going to have to face that man. And you better be ready to face him, or you're going to end up doing what Russell Wilson did. Let's watch him and his girl fleeing the scene.
This is really my brother right here. And it's my favorite person to perform this. You gotta turn up, bro. You just turn up. I'm about to get a job. This is a good crowd right here. Do this shit, bro. I'm ready.
Now, when you see this, he's leading his girl away. He's pretty much dragging her to the car. But this is what happens when you allow a woman to create a situation with you and put you in a beta male simp mangina mindset of being a protector against the man that she chose. And I do say chose. See, once a woman chooses a man, it doesn't matter if she ends up with you. You're not her choice. You chose her. She decided that you would do. Never be the man she accepts because she couldn't get the man that she chose. See, once a woman chooses a man, it doesn't matter if she ends up with you. You're not her choice. You chose her. She decided that you would do. And that's what Russell Wilson did. A very well-paid second choice. And it shows in a situation like this. Now, Future hadn't said many things. Of course, you know, Ciara put out that Future put a threat on Russell Wilson's life once upon a time and all of that. And all I've heard Future say is, hey, man, if it was me, my girl wouldn't even be talking about her ex. I don't care if they got a kid together or not. She wouldn't even be talking about it. Can't bring him up to me. And I'm the same way. You can't bring up your ex to me. I don't care what y'all went through. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't care what he did to you. I don't care what he said to you. I don't care what you said to him. Certainly don't want to hear no intimate details about y'all, so I don't want to hear nothing about your ex. So I agree with Future on that. But what Russell Wilson has to understand is when a woman creates animosity between you and her ex, it's because she doesn't want you to ever think in your mind that she still wants her ex. And Ciara probably felt some kind of way when Future showed up in the joint. She probably couldn't contain herself, probably couldn't contain her excitement. And so Russell knew he had to get out of there. And also, when you talk that tough talk and it's time to be tough, Russell found out this ain't the football field. He was already out of his element. This ain't the football field. That's an urban environment. Or an environment with a bunch of urban guys there. So when you flee the scene like that, it lets everyone know that you don't want any confrontation. And that's cool if you don't want any confrontation. But you're talking. You're doing all this like you want confrontation. You talking sideways. You're claiming this man's son as your own, telling this man, we don't need you to take care of your son. You can get out of your son's life. This is what Russell Wilson was saying. Now, when you see this man, you don't even want to have a conversation with him. Russell Wilson didn't even want to clarify what he was saying, man. He was trying to get out of there. You know why? Ain't no referees when you're dealing with a street cat. Ain't no NFL bargaining agreement. That cat ain't gonna get fined for roughing the passer. It's a different ball game out here. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ciara told him, hey, let's just go. And the real reason is this. He was out of his elements. But I also tell you this. What kind of woman would want to go to a function like that with her husband? You know good and well if this is Drake's function, Future's probably going to be there. Them boys tight. Drake said on the song Life's Good, never turn my back on Epic G, God forbid. That tells you right there, that's his homie, that's his partner. They down. That woman wanted to show up there. And she drugged this goody two-shoes do-boy from the burbs to this hood function. Like she could protect him. She can't protect her. This is a lesson to you men. Never let your woman lead you. I never let no woman run me, man. You can't let a woman lead you because she'll lead you to self-destruction. This situation could have went bad. It could have been some Future could have said it's on site. Think about it. Could have still had animals. Could have took one mean mug. Who knows? All we know is one thing. That Russell Wilson ain't from the same environment that Future from. And here's the thing. Russell Wilson also isn't the type of man that Ciara would choose if she had her choice. Future is. You understand? That's just what it is. Now, Russell Wilson has put her in a good enough life where she has to get in and play the good wife. Why not? It's beneficial to her. But if she could go back and take back all of this and everything could have worked out with Future, guess what? She would have worked it out with him. That's why she wanted to be there. You think about this. Russell Wilson is not even an entertainer. He don't even be in those circles. But Ciara wanted to be there because that's her type of environment. She's a hood chick and she prefers hood dudes. And Russell Wilson, unfortunately, is not, cannot, and will not be a hood dude. And watching him flee the scene just goes to show that. I truly believe and say that Russell could have done better than to have Future's baby mama. Because I'm going to tell you, man, and I truly believe this, unless you just a scum of the earth and you just been a straight up dirt dauber to a woman, if that's your baby mama, if you want her, you get her. And the bottom line is, the man who's moved on with her has to accept that. Whether he pushes it to the back of his mind or not, he don't have to think about it every day, but he has to accept it. And so in that situation, Russell Wilson did the right thing. Because I can promise you that Future was coming over to talk to Ciara. I can promise you that. And in essence, Russell Wilson was going to have to sit right there. He was going to have to deal with that. Why? Not because Ciara is Future's wife, but because Ciara is the mother of his child. The child that you keep claiming. The child that you pretty much publicly try to take from the man. Boy, let me tell you something. Two things a man don't play about. His seeds and his money. But the one thing that a man will absolutely destroy you over is his respect. And Russell Wilson has been very disrespectful to Future over these years since he got with Ciara. And you know what a woman will do? Well, he just be talking. He ain't going to do that. He just be talking, blah, blah, blah. A woman will tell you that. Now, he ain't like that. He ain't like that. He ain't going to do that knowing he is like that. Why? Because a woman never wants you to believe that she still has a thing, wants a thing, or wishes for a thing with her ex. She'll never want you to do that. The one thing that will destroy Russell Wilson is if he finds out that Ciara still wants Future. And that face-to-face interaction What Russell Wilson was going to see was a bit of reverence from his wife to her baby dad. The type of reverence that he don't get. See, you could be a woman's fun boy. You can be a woman's fun toy. Or you could be the man that a woman wants deep down in her soul. And unfortunately for Russell Wilson, he's not that guy. And I tell you men all the time, if you look at a woman's past history, you want to know her past history. You don't want to care about how many men you've been with. What did y'all do? But you want to know the type of men she's been with. Because if you're the opposite of that, flee the scene. You're being used. A woman only gets with a man that she doesn't want, who's not her type, if he has benefits. If there are financial benefits to being with that man, that's the only time a woman does that. There is no other time that a woman does that. And I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. And I'm also telling you what you know. Never let your woman feed you negative information about her exes. Because before you accept it, you got to clarify it and verify it with that man. And if you don't, then you end up with this animosity that you know you don't want. Because you're talking out of emotion. Based on some anger or hurt that the woman made you feel by telling you some sob cockamamie story about the way things went down with her ex. When all the while, as you get to know the woman, you come to find out that it was her the whole time. Don't put yourself in a situation where you know you're a woman's second choice and you stay with her anyway. Because there is no positive spin on being a second choice. Because truth be told, a woman only has one choice. Her preference is her choice. You are not her choice. You're just who she ended up with. She's your choice. Now, Russell Wilson has enough money to cover some of these issues and just have a blast, and he's got enough fame where he can just play along, he can go along to get along. But in the real world, you men don't have that. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're the opposite of what a woman normally has or what a woman normally desires. And never, never be the second man to put a ring on a woman's finger. Never be the second man. I don't care if she's been engaged before. I don't care if she's been married before. Never be the second man to put a ring on a woman's finger. Because if she had a ring and she ain't got it now, she is in some serious emotional turmoil. And there's a part of her that's always going to be connected to that man. So don't do it. As for Russell Wilson, stay out line, homeboy. Stay out line talking crazy. Because everybody you talk crazy to, and it go for all y'all, everybody you talk crazy to, one day you're going to have to meet them. So keep that same energy when you meet them. Don't talk tough then flee the scene like old Russ here. If you're going to say it, stick to it. Roll with it. Even when you're faced with confrontation from your words, they still your words. So you apologize immediately, or you prepare to get scrapped. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.
Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Welcome to the alpha sphere. Get money division. The place where you transform into a man on a mission.